It's Tuesday, 7 p.m. You're on the radio show. Listen to me. I'm Mimi Steward.
Y yo soy J. Jesús Rodríguez Caballero. Este es tu show. Listen to me, que comienza ahora.
So it's something that it's a gift from God, and we're very grateful. And it's another Tuesday, and listen to me. Well, there's a lot of things that have happened in the week. Oh my God. Riots in the University of Berkeley. There's riots in Puerto Rico. There's a whole bunch of things. And hay un chorro de cosas que están pasando. Están los paros en Berkeley, están los paros en Puerto Rico, están los paros en todas las universidades de los Estados Unidos. ¿Qué estará pasando? We're going to analyze that. Lo vamos a analizar y vamos a ver qué es lo que está pasando. Que that makes Puerto Rico kind of similar, but you know, they're still saying, oh no, Puerto Rico don't want to become part of the state. We're going to get into all that. Vamos a entrar en ese meollo. Mimi, how you doing?
Hey, good evening, Mr. J. I'm great.
Yes, and remember, we're here in the nominated for the Paoli Awards. We've been nominated, so it's a very good. So, but we need your help. Go to the premiospaoli.com and go vote. Look for your vote in where it says "Vote por Música." I know it's in Spanish and it's difficult, but you know, give us a call here, and we'll tell you how to do it. By the way, to call the studio in for if you want to talk to us, it's 407-601-5087. Si nos quieren llamar, mira en vivo, 407-601-5087. And the candidate for District 7, right? 7?
9.
9, man. Is that there's these other... We need you to run in every district. No, man. Yeah, but it's 9. My brother Wayne. How you doing, brother?
Jay, I'm doing great. How about you guys? Glad to meet you, Mimi, as well.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Great new studio you got here. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
We're going. You saw us in our beginnings, humble beginnings. Now we're growing.
That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to grow.
We're supposed to grow. We're supposed to evolve. And we're continuing helping the community. But talking about somebody that doesn't help the community, and he went to a parade, is Mr. Darren Soto. You know, again, we've told him that if he wants to come to our show, he's more than welcome. Al congresista Darren Soto, si me entiendes el español, you know, sign language, lo que tú quieras, English, Spanish, back and forth. Venga a mi show, come to the show, listen to me. Let's sit down where Wayne is sitting there, and he's gonna answer some questions. Answer some questions yourself. I know you went to a parade, but really, what does that help me? Wayne, why is people thinking that they're better off with Darren? I don't get it.
Well, he ran, as you know, on a Puerto Rican platform. He's Puerto Rican, vote for me. I ran as a veteran of the Voice. Not that I was just getting support from the veterans. A veteran support, you know, we represent everybody without prejudice. And the way I stressed it is there shouldn't be a DNA decision on voting. You vote for somebody that can get the thing done and get the job done. Unfortunately, I guess the amateurish behavior of boycotting the presidential inauguration, like I've said before, and that's what really got me stirred up about this. Why would you boycott or protest a peaceful transition of government? You boycott something because you want the opposite. So that's what I don't get. With that behavior, how is he possibly going to get help for us in Central Florida? There's absolutely no way. There's absolutely no way he can team up with Senator Nelson, certainly a respected individual. Senator Marco, certainly a respected individual. But are we really going to get anything for the Kissimmee area, Osceola County, Polk County? No, we're not. They did work on the Zika, but that was a Marco Rubio thing. Politicians, they sign on coattails on other folks to make them look good. Attending parades, attending protests out of district, we are not. Having Congress folks coming in, Congresswomen, men, whatever, from California, coming over to protest or help us here. I don't see that path. Maybe I'm blind. I don't understand that. I work very hard for a living, like a lot of Central Florida folks do, and attending parades, which is okay. I guess if you want to throw some candy, that's fine. But does that really get the job done? Does that really negotiate what we need?
You know, the thing of it is okay, I know it's the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Some people may be saying, oh, well, why the Puerto Rican Day Parade? Well, we do celebrate the Irish. We do celebrate the Mexican heritage. We celebrate the African American. We celebrate Italian. We celebrate all types of heritage inclusively, meaning that we're not trying to be exclusive. We're trying to be inclusive. Why? because the Puerto Rican heritage and the Florida heritage are intertwined way before 1845 when Florida became a state of the Union. That is why it is so intertwined. The problem here, Wayne, is that we have to try and educate, y tenemos que tratar de educar al Partido Republicano. We do have to try and educate the Republican Party. And the basis is that they have to invest in the Hispanic community. And I mean, it's like President Trump said, we have to drain the swamp, but we also have to understand that with very little money, many other things can be achieved versus the Democrats that spend thousands and thousands and even millions of dollars of George Soros and other types of lobbyists, left wing. Esta gente que invierte dinero en estos candidatos del Partido Demócrata, pues hay que tenerle ojo. And Wayne is one of those that es uno de esos candidatos que aunque él no tiene herencia latina, yo creo que tiene más latino que tiene Darren Soto. I do think that Wayne is a little bit more Latin, than, has more Latin blood than what Darren Soto has. But then that's another story because his fathers, yes, they came from the island of Puerto Rico. But the thing of it is that how are we? ¿Cuán mejor estamos? En este mensaje es para Orange County porque a través, Wayne, we broadcast in cyberspace.
Absolutely.
We go all over the place, everywhere that they capture. www.radiount.net. They just put that website. They can listen to it. Any platforms: Apple, Google, Android. Even if you have a BlackBerry, I don't know if they work on a BlackBerry.
Yeah.
They work.
BlackBerry's still around. I used to have one. I had to turn mine in.
So see, Miguel corrected me there. So, but that's what I'm trying to tell you is that que nosotros en Orange County tenemos que agruparnos. Orange County is part of Osceola County, which District 9 is a part of. So basically, we have to be careful how we can group ourselves.
We're all diversified, Jay. As I told you, which a lot of people did not know, I am 50% Latino, 25% Spanish, 25% Portuguese. Used to speak it pretty fluently. Otherwise, my grandmother would really had my butt. Well, she only spoke Spanish. But she's been gone for 40 years, so it's been a while.
Pero esas son cosas que nosotros necesitamos decir a la gente que escuche en español. Que Wayne Liebnitzky es una persona que tiene sus raíces integradas aquí a Florida. You're a businessman here in Florida.
Yes.
You have your roots here in Florida. But again, it's not to take out from the other side. It's what is the meat? That commercial of Wendy's? Where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
Where's the substance? All we see is the buns and air. But they're in Soto. And basically, that's where we have to come and ask them. Hey, come to the show. Tell us what you're doing. And Wayne, talking about that for District 9, what is your vision of how you see District 9 in terms as the congressman with jobs, small business? Tell us something about that, if you can.
Well, as you know, Jay, I've got a tool franchise, several tool franchises, all in Osceola County and a couple in Orange County. Sorry, I had to come in my gear today,
You
but
told me.
We just have to work. But we work with our hands, not only our minds. Now, one of the interesting facets that I saw when I traveled District 9 this last election, I traveled Polk County. What a beautiful place, but also needs infrastructure to help grow. One of the things I identified, believe it or not, was the Kissimmee Airport. There is a air traffic control tower that is outdated. Mm-hmm. And insurance companies, as you know, with the Affordable Care Act and car insurance that everybody experienced, they use a reason to either disqualify you or raise your rates. There's a lot of planes that cannot fly into the Kissimmee Airport because they have an outdated air traffic control tower. Mm-hmm. If they would just a little piece right there, how that could elevate jobs in the area, bigger planes coming in, more industry coming in. Sanford Airport does international, or actually national. I'm not sure international. Mm-hmm. I think they do. You're right.
They do. Mm-hmm.
What if we would have had that sort of funding in Kissimmee? Could we have attracted that? We could have. But more important, the area around that will, rather than having people I drive to Orlando like it's a constant thing, or for work or whatever. What happened if we can keep people in the communities? Osceola County has a vast amount of property, and a lot of more and more population that's exploding down there. Where are they going to go? They're going to go to the East Coast? Well, as you know, the Cape is, and I do work out at the Cape as well. It's very bare out there right now. Orlando, as you've gone, the traffic is unbearable? Are we going to use Sunrail? That's always a big argument too in the Republican Party, which I find, and I get the numbers are pretty bad in as far as Sunrail ridership and stuff like that, but they're going through Winter Park, Orange, which they have a north-south corridor, but they don't have an east-west. Now when we go down, they're taking it down to Point Siena. Okay, we might bring some more traffic, but we need east-west arteries. If anybody's traveled, it's been a while since I've been in Puerto Rico doing some jobs down there, Savannah Seca, Rosie Rose, which is closed down. In Europe, you don't even want to rent a car. You just jump on a train. Mass transit is tremendous. Up in the northeast section of the country, very crowded. Without trains, it would be worse. We're getting to that point down here. It's not a popular Republican stance. However, building roadways and constantly expanding roadways, that's not exactly what I'd call being conservative either. So I would like to investigate, or at least put more people on track to study, to have that study, because in 4.5 years, Orange County has got to assume that bill. The government's going to shut the faucet off.
Bueno, pues Wayne hace unas buenas declaraciones porque él tiene que entender que tenemos que tratar de mejorar la infraestructura del Distrito 9. Tenemos que crear más trabajos y buscando coaliciones en lo que son los grupos semiprivados, privados, para tratar de resolver las situaciones que comprende el Distrito 9. Wayne, what is your website again?
Oh, yes, it's wayneforcongress.com. Very simple.
Bueno, pueden ir a wayneforcongress.com y pueden buscar más información en inglés y en español. ¿Quieren ser parte de este movimiento histórico para tratar de recobrar al Distrito 9 de las garras de la incertidumbre, de la inexperiencia? Pues denos una llamada a wayneforcongress.com. Wayne, we're going to go into a song for a song in a moment, and then we're going to have Cheryl Hall. But I don't want you to leave because we're going to be talking a little bit more. You're going for a petition drive.
Yes,
and
I
also
am.
we're going to talk about some other events that you had an event, or you're still on the midst of an event going on, or
It's always in the planning stage. You know,
right.
These things take a long time. Just came out of a 2-year endeavor in the last election, so I'm trying to gear back up again. It is tiresome, as you know.
This is like a long distance marathon where you gotta kind of like.
I
pace
did run
yourself.
long distance in high school and college, so yes.
you know what it takes. All right. Well, we're gonna go with a song. Vamos a ir con una canción para refrescar la memoria y darle gloria a Dios de la palabra y de la boca y del pensamiento. Listen to me. We'll be right back. Martes, listen to me, bendecidos por Dios. Porque toda la obra que Él tiene y ha hecho es por Él. Y somos salvos por su Hijo Jesucristo. We believe and we know as Christians that the travels are a little bit hard. Negative people are going to fall on your way. They're going to tell you that what you're doing is not worthwhile. Te van a decir que lo que estás haciendo no vale la pena. They're going to always say the north when you say south. Siempre van a poner escollo. Pero Dios nos enseña que tenemos que levantarnos temprano. We gotta wake up early, commune with God, speak, orar, y entonces we will get the answers. Like I've gotten the answers of starting Listen to Me here. Like I got the answers of starting the show, knowing Mimi, knowing Paloma. And yes, it is a controversial show, porque es un show donde hablamos de política, hablamos de religión, hablamos de temas comunitarios. We speak about politics, we speak about religion, we speak about community events, we speak about sports, we speak about anything in an unscripted format. It's improv. Yep. And whatever flows, that's how we do it. And that's how every show is since the beginning, the exception of Listen to Me. Ese ha sido el cráneo de Listen to Me. We talk about everything. And one of the things that is controversial in a positive way is brings to my next guest, Cheryl Hall, and please tell my more than between 15 and 20,000 listeners that are listening to us, how you doing today? Where are you coming from?
I'm doing awesome. I'm coming from Lake County, Claremont.
Wow, thank you so much, Cheryl. And it's so nice, and I see that you have an RPOF charter.
Yes, I do.
HRO, the Hispanic Republican Organization, once was a RPOF charter, and its quest to become a national charter. So that's one of the steps that we had to do. But tell us a little bit of that charter that you have there, Cheryl.
The charter I started probably about 3 weeks ago, and it's through the RPOF. And Blaze had started the charter, and mine is called We the People Stand with Trump. And so now that the club has started, I'm going to combine it with the REC, which is up in Tavares. We're going to bring it stronger by bringing a lot more people to the club. We want to keep the excitement going, the positive going for our president and for all the people here. So the club is supposed to keep people engaged, keep them excited, and keep the passion going. And that's really important.
That is true, important. Es bien importante tratar de buscar la relación de lo que está pensando el presidente, y Cheryl está haciendo eso en Lake County, right?
Correct.
Lake County. En Lake County. So básicamente aquellos latinos que nos estén escuchando en Lake County, pues pueden acercarse ahí. Is there like a website or an email that you could give out to see?
Well, right on Facebook.
Okay.
I am right on Facebook. So if you pull up my page, Cheryl Hall, you will see that. It will say Trump 2020. And it also has the club on there too.
Busquen a Cheryl Hall en Facebook y entonces van a ver los retratos de Trump y lo de la charter de ella. Y busquen información, aunque mastiquen en inglés. Even if you have the problems with English, type it. Get to us. We'll help her. Help her understand what you're saying. Nosotros hacemos las traducciones de gratis, no te preocupes. And Cheryl, another little bit of controversy. To jump from very juicy bit to very juicy bit. I like your driver's license. You had a Trump hat, and that caused an issue. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, probably my birthday is April 6th. So 3 weeks previously to my birthday, I had to renew my driver's license. So I went in and I had my hat on, Make America Great, which I'd gotten all the way back on June 2015. No, actually August 2015 when the president came, Donald Trump came to Jacksonville. That was his first rally that he had in Florida, and that's when I bought the hat. So I said, well, I'm going to wear the hat, not thinking anything of it. So I went in and handed him my old driver's license, filled out the paperwork, and the young lady behind the counter said to me, you cannot have that hat on. And I said, well, I don't understand why I can't have the hat on. And she said, well, that's the statute. And I said, well, can you show me the statute? She couldn't show me the statute. Well, I want to see the statute. Just because you say it's so doesn't mean it's so.
That we live in a society like that very much. They say, oh, you can't do that. Why? Well, because, we're not children, and it's kind of funny how government officials, they get that little high horse just because they got that job.
Yes.
Yeah. So continue, please. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's okay. So at that point, there was a young lady who was sitting over to my right, and I did not point. I just asked, well, I don't understand. If she can have the veil around her face, then why can't I have my hat on? And she had said, well, that's her religion. I said, well, that's my religion.
Yeah.
And she said, well, what do you mean that's your religion? I said, is there paperwork that we fill out when you go to the driver's license to say that that is your religion? And I was told, no, they take you on your word. There's nothing to fill out. I said, well, I still don't get it. So the manager came out of the back and explained to me again about the statute. Well, can I have a copy of the statute? They could not give me a copy of the statute. So at that point, I said, you know what, I'm not going to argue. I don't want to cause any problems. I don't want it to be a negativity for my president or for me. So I walked out. I posted that all over Facebook, and when I did that, that went crazy. People were like, are you kidding? And they just kept hitting me up, and they didn't understand what had happened. So our tax collector, because we have a brand new tax collector office on Hook Street in Claremont, Bob McKee is our tax collector. Okay. And what happened was one of the higher ups had gotten wind of this and wanted to know what was going on with my driver's license.
Okay.
So he had called me and wanted to know what had happened. I explained to him like I explained to y'all. And he said, well, I'm going to check out the statute for you. Give me a couple of days. I said, well, you got 2 weeks because my birthday's April 6th. I have to renew it by then. Have to. So that's what had happened, and then he called me back.
Wow.
So is it in the statute?
Well, so he calls me back up and he says to me, got good news for you. You can go have your driver's license taken with your hat on.
Yeah.
Not a problem. So I said, but here's my name, here's my phone number. When you go, if you have a problem, you call me. Not a problem. Go back the same exact way, hand them my old driver's license with the paperwork. I go to the back. Now I make it all the way to the back this time. I sit down. The gentleman says to me, "Oh, ma'am, you got to take your hat off." And I said, "Whoa, no, hold on. I have this number." So I start hitting up the number. Who's who you're calling? And I told him. And he says, "Hold on, let me get my manager." So his manager comes out of the back. And he says, "Let me check on this for you." He took my old driver's license to the back. And he comes back out and he goes, "You're Cheryl Hall." And I said, "Well, yes, you got my driver's license. You know it's me." He said, "Take her picture." He said, "Take her picture." So they took my picture, and they took quite a few pictures, and I was actually able to pick out one picture that looked good.
Wow.
I'm never gonna
I
have
know.
I know. Now I'm gonna speak. Now we have a problem.
Habló Paloma.
You know how many times I have tried to get them to take another picture for me? Call the governor, call the president, call Trump.
Hello?
Call Trump. No, I want my picture to be taken. For 5 years, I've been trying for them to.
They always look like a mugshot, right?
Yeah.
And I've never been to a driver's license ever that somebody said to me, and I said, "Oh wait, I didn't like that picture." He goes, "Go retake it," and they kept letting me retake it until I got that picture right there.
Wow.
But you know what? I'm looking at you. I don't know if the people out there can actually see you. You're a beautiful lady. You definitely have fashion. You're
Thank
a
you.
fashionista. I can see that. I want that. I want that. I want that. I want everything that you wear. And you look very, very beautiful in your picture.
Thank you.
Very beautiful. I'm glad that you got your ring.
Thank you. I was very excited. Obviously, I left. I was very excited. I went and I posted that all over Facebook. Obviously, I cut out the important parts that you cannot see because we don't want anybody to have my information.
Yeah.
So I posted it out, and that went crazy for at least 2 weeks. And then what happened was a friend of mine, a friend of a friend, he got a hold of Tracy Jasmine from Fox 35 News in Orlando, who got in contact with me about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. She said to me she would love to interview me.
Good.
And that's how that happened.
Wow. Well,
So
that is.
we are allowed to wear hats.
Yeah, we're allowed to wear hats.
Your name is Cheryl Hall.
Yeah.
If your name is Cheryl Hall. Well, let's put it this way. I think if they ever ask me for, I'm gonna try and get a photograph with a hat, and if they ever, well, you know that infamous case of Cheryl Hall.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
we're evoking the Cheryl Hall Act.
There wa- there wa-
It's
there-
the Cheryl Hall statutes. Okay.
According to the statute, and there was another, also if you have any kind of illness or sickness, you can also wear a hat. And I understood that because that would make sense to me. But they did say, according to the statute, as long as the hat does not cover your face, and the policeman or someone, whoever needs, they can see me, and you can tell by looking at my driver's license, you can see me
Yeah.
without
Your hat
any
is up
problems.
high and
And I
not
did
in
that
your eyes.
intentionally.
Correct.
So,
That's it.
and that's, you can see me perfectly, and that's part of the statute, as long as your face is not covered. So I felt that I, as an American, I have just as much right as anyone else. So that's why I questioned it. I didn't understand the statute. If you can explain it to me, why should I just take your word on it?
Well, if I may say, I mean, what I'm thinking is that an ID is an ID to identify.
Correct.
And the more stuff that you have in your head, your face, and eyeglasses, the harder it is for me
To tell who I am.
who's that person.
Okay.
So I guess they're trying to keep everybody more clear so they can identify you better when you're showing your ID. And I could understand why they're asked, you know, to take off your glasses and your bandanas and stuff like that.
But what Cheryl, I do understand what Cheryl Hall is trying to say about the situation is that there are certain freedoms and liberties that exist, but they get trampled even by the simple phrase, "Oh, because it's in the statute. Oh,
Right.
it's because in the rules and regulations." Well, show me. Oh.
There is,
You know, they turn like a Barney.
there is a
Barney
cra-
Fife or
I
something
want
like
you all
that.
to go on. I want you to go on driver's license and see the craziness of what people can wear on their heads. There is a group that takes the posture strainers and they actually wear that on their head in their driver's license. Yes, I did look it up because I thought they were kidding. They were not kidding. There is such a thing.
They can give me a
Let's
new
take it
picture.
Right, but the pasta maker on your head, and they can do that. So for me, it was for my personal being that, you know, it's my right as an American citizen to question anything that you're asking me to do. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I didn't have a problem with that. But it just didn't seem right that some people could do some things and other people cannot.
Right.
Y básicamente eso es lo que necesitamos como latinos. Tenemos que explorar esa libertad que nosotros tenemos, porque muchas veces venimos de Puerto Rico, we come from Puerto Rico, and we have to explore these new liberties that we got, because again, we're coming from a place that had no representation in Congress. We come to Florida and they give up a lot of these liberties. If somebody says, oh well, you know, it's in the statute, they don't question it. They don't think, because there's a fear of retaliation. Because again, you must have felt a little bit of intimidation when they say, oh, but it's in the statute. You're saying, yeah, I wanted to see it, but when you were saying it, you're like, wow, wait a minute, what if they show me something? You know, but there's always that fear. But even though that shouldn't be done, it is my understanding that that type of power trip should not occur, because it's detrimental to society and as America as a whole. Do we still have to work on it here in Orange County? Yes. But so I understand your hierarchies, but if you were a Latina, probably you wouldn't have done this.
Well, a lot of people
Yeah.
wouldn't have questioned it.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. You could have been a little old lady who would have said, yeah, okay, not a problem. And she just would have done whatever she's told. I just felt that as a female, and I'm a strong female, that I'm going to question it.
There
I'm
you
just
go.
sorry.
So you said it
strong,
from
a
up
strong
north.
female.
Yeah.
A strong female.
We will always.
I'm going to question it. I'm going to
Paloma
question it.
Jibarita.
Well, mira, sentimos.
I come straight from the island of Orlando.
Oh, that's another one. Well, I came straight from the island of Puerto Rico. Then I didn't. Wait a minute. Orlando's not an island.
That's for me. I was raised here, basically.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. All right. There's a connection to the mainland. I thought there was something there.
Well, I
Okay.
come straight from the island,
All right.
Long Island.
Ooh. Even Wayne agreed to that one.
Great,
Oh my God.
great seafood in Long Island, by the way.
ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
There
Great
is.
seafood in Long Island.
Well, we got Cheryl, and again, we're coming to the second part of our half. I asked you to stay with us in a moment. We're going to be interviewing a kind lady, young girl that has is going to be singing, right?
Actually, her song's gonna be played on for the first time on radio airways, and
Okay.
she would like to
Wow.
express why she wrote it. You know, why she wrote it, produced it, created it, and she'd like to express like a testimony on the reason for it. It's a powerful message. So wait till she comes out.
Well, we're gonna go for a short song. So basically, we may have to interrupt that song, but we're gonna go into a song so we can switch around, and you'll see us live here in the studios. How we do the switcheroo. But Cheryl, stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna come right back with you.
Not
And
a
listen to
problem.
me, que vamos a estar gozando. Vamos a estar con canciones nuevas, con Dios. Pa'lante, mijo. Vamos con una cancioncita. Par de segunditos de tu intro. We're gonna do a switch. Listen to me. I promised you her interview. Bueno, mi gente, estamos aquí en Listen to Me. Yeah! All right. Got a caller on the line. We're going to ask her to be patient in a moment, and we're going to get to the caller. But, Mimi, you have a guest with us here. You know, she said she's going to give us una primicia. So what's with the song? What's with the cake? What's going on?
We have a local artist here, and the reason why we have her on is because we like to bring a lot of inspiring, you know,
Stories. Yeah.
yes, and artists that are doing quite well for themselves in the city of Orlando. She wrote, created, and produced this track all on her own in her bedroom. As
Wow.
well, now she is a Full Sail graduate, bachelor's degree in web design and development. So I'd like to introduce to you Rick and Chica, which is also, aka her real name, Selena Vargas, to the
Hey,
show.
what's up,
Yeah.
guys? Hola, mi gente, what's up?
Selena, so thank you very much for being on the show, and tell us what are your inspirations? Why do you create any of this music? What's going on?
Well, first, thank you so much, Mr. J, for having me on. It's truly an honor. And secondly, for a big inspiration when writing the song was definitely about being in a younger age. Back in junior high, I was usually bullied a lot, usually for weight-wise, appearance-wise, clothes-wise. It all came through the same section, but it was a lot of bullying that went on, and it was kind of stuff I didn't really talk about. But when it came to music, it really helped me out a lot during the situations, and that was my escape. Some people have other ways and better ways, but that really helped me out when it came to stuff like that, and just helped me along the way emotionally. So when it came to not being able to talk to somebody, the song, the music, the lyrics were there for me.
So let me ask you, how long have you been getting bullied. Why did you write this?
I started off probably like 6th grade year, 5th grade. It was elementary, wasn't kind of big back then, but around my time, it started around 6th grade year. That's when the weight effect started coming in. Like, I was kind of more different than a lot of females in my school, and that kind of drove people to actually kind of come at me a different way. But besides then, it started from 6th to 8th grade and still kind of picked up in high school. I transformed a lot in high school, lost a lot of weight, changed my style, the way I communicated with people, and yet it still kind of occurred. So after all that happening from 6th grade even to senior year of high school, it still realized, like, this is going to continue throughout my entire life. So why am I just going to let it beat on me now? Instead, I'm going to turn this into something that I want this to be a very positive message after graduation. And I want for not only someone of like a different section of here, like my mother and father listen to a lot of old school songs, disco-wise, I want it to relate to them as well, so they can hear from a different younger generation's perspective of what it really happens out there, but more in a positive message without having to beat up the people who beat up me.
So how is exactly the bullying, how does it occur? Is it, because when I was growing up, it was just all verbal, pushing as well, physical, but is that all it is now? Please let me know in the younger generation. How does it, like, what's going on?
I mean, now it's like, it's still physically like that. For me personally, it wasn't so much physically. There was physical interactions in it, but a lot of it was verbally, and most of it actually now being the generation to look out for is cyberly.
Wow.
Cyberly is definitely something, text messaging wise, Facebook wise, that's the spot that's really gonna hit it out the park at this point with the younger generations. But there's always going to be the verbal, there's always going to be the physical, but honestly I think the steps now is that nothing gets to you more than cyberly.
So how did you overcome that, and did you even inform your parents that it was all cyberbullying mostly, or how did you overcome that? How did your parents find out? How do you block that out? Can't you just turn off the internet?
Yeah. I mean, but when I was getting bullied, it was mostly verbally, but I've seen it now. Eventually in high school it became cyberly. But for them, I didn't tell my parents, I didn't let them know too much, because it was something I didn't want them to totally worry about, because at the end, I've kind of realized I'll figure it out, but I didn't want them to get involved, because then it would have, I guess, like, spurred up the bullies, and that's what I didn't want to happen. So during that process is that I just, like, I would come home crying sometimes, and they would figure it out, but overall, like, I stuck to myself. I started writing a lot of songs at the age of 14, after figuring out that I need some alleyway to get out of this. So I started writing poems, I started writing everything that came to my mind, and it actually helped me a lot. It took out all those emotions that I would physically want to do to myself onto paper, and that stopped me from a lot of situations that helped. So when it came to it, it's just finding your own outlet that's not going to harm yourself, or that's not going to harm anyone else around you.
Great, it's good to know. So the meaning of this story is, why is the reason why you wrote this song? What does it explain? What is, like, the lyrics? Explain to us, introduce to us the song.
Alright, so the title of the song is a Loyal remix. I'm pretty sure some of you guys probably heard it off of some of Chris Brown's songs, but that was a very popular beat when it first came out, so I wanted to hit the audience of the younger generation with that. Coming off of the lyrics, it came through every positive aspect that I got through out of my bullying aspect. So I talked about how I got roughed up in the times frame. I got a little deep about that. Then I talked about how I overcame those rough ups. And all the lyrics pretty much lead to my downfalls, my tears, my sorrows that came from it. And the results at the end of the song kind of leading up to, here's my present, here's what I look like, here's what I did, here's what you guys didn't stop me from doing.
Great. And we know that you have a music video, went viral.
Correct.
It's over 2,000.
2,000. The Philippines hit it. The Afghanistan hit it.
Pakistan.
Pakistan. Yeah,
Right.
There's a lot of out there countries that hit it, which was very surprising for me. But this is something that's more than just local.
It's a lot of young people, if I'm not mistaken, that are thanking her for the message, as well as I've gotten some messages, you know, in regards to the music video too. I mean, I've shared it thousands of times, so I'm sure I've helped as well. But the message is really powerful, so congratulations, and we're proud of you for leaving that message out, as well as being lyrical. I mean, that's really hard in itself, and how you detailed the story and expressed it very clear, very well. So good job, and everyone will be able to understand this.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, so this is the first time this song is going to air, right?
Correct. This is my very first time it's gonna air on live on radio. So yeah, let's give a shit.
Let's go for it, my brother Miguel. Let's see this. Let's hear this.
All right.
Yeah.
listen up. Here's to the kids that no one cares about. Every time you speak, it's like they zone you out. Going through words every day, but I have no doubt. A soldier without battles has no route. Here's to the kids getting teased every day. I was roughed up in junior high, I lost my way. Along with my tears, my dreams washed away. Told me I wasn't good to receive the gift today. Well, here's my present, unwrap that slow. Don't forget your past that helps you grow. And I know you feel pain, but you gotta let it go. Your passion is the only thing that needs to glow.
When the money calls ya,
when the money calls ya,
your best friends can't do nothing for ya.
Best friends can't do nothing for ya.
Most of y'all ain't loyal.
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 Yo, I'm trying to get rich. Try to flip this script. I know what you in my clique, and you will never pay for shit. Got me familiar, that's what team with me. Friends come and go, but they stick with me. Commitment is what I need. Most of these cats have melodies. You hit me with all lies. Conceal part-time. False front got me trapped. Keep my mind clear from all that. When the money calls ya,
when the money calls ya,
your best friends can't do nothing for ya.
Best friends can't do nothing for ya.
Most of y'all ain't loyal.
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 Now,
I don't have the best, but I don't settle for less. Family over everything, loyalty on my chest. I've been put to the test, but never suck up to impress. Here's to the kids that get judged by the way they dress. Ain't nobody wanna be like the rest. Dedicate yourself to the hustle. Even Diggy had to separate himself from muscle. Born alone, die alone, that's a known fact. Well, that all depends on who has your back. Here's to the kids who fail to believe Earth will never stop being Steve. And I can't forget my past that helps me grow. But my passion is the only thing I need to glow.
When the money calls ya,
when the money calls ya,
your best friends can't do nothing for ya.
Best friends can't do nothing for ya.
Most of y'all ain't loyal.
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 Hands up, wait, 3:15. Hands up, I'm living sucker free. Hands up, if you feeling nice. Hands up, and y'all feel it's right.
RC. Don't forget your past that helps you grow. And I know you feel pain, but you gotta let it go. Don't need to be cool or talented to show. Your passion is the only thing that needs to glow.
Most of y'all ain't loyal.
All right. Well, Mimi, that is awesome.
Very good.
First radio play.
Look at you go.
Well, we have a caller. May I please have your name? Who's calling us today?
Jessica.
Jessica, how you doing, Jessica? And you said you wanted to talk about music. What happened?
I started writing music a long time ago, and I just grown so much, and ever since then I just started loving Musically, and then I found this app called Musically. By the way, go follow me, JustBoss10, and I just fell in love with it, and it just made me be me.
Good. Well, that's a very positive thing. So, what have you written? Have you written anything that, for mainstream, or are you trying to get into this? What are you trying to do, dear?
I'm trying to get into it. I started writing music about bullying and stuff like that, and how to be you and stuff like that.
Cool. So, what are your inspirations?
My mom.
Good. And sorry that I asked you, how old are you?
16.
16.
I know, I sound little.
All right. Well, no, you don't sound little, but, we just, if you are a minor, we just want to make sure that your mom and dad is around you and that they're known that you're calling a radio show, because we like to abide by the law. But anyway, what other inspirations do you have? What other things that you like to do?
I like to help the homeless.
good. That's a very good Christian trait, and I'm very glad about that.
Yes. Very good.
So I tell you what. Let me get. Well, you're a minor. Unfortunately, you would have to have your parents call us and try and contact us. But we would like to speak to you. So get this information on our show. Listen to me on YouTube at BBN Info, or on Facebook at BBN Info, and have your parents contact us. And we would like to see if you could be on our show, or we have other radio, other programs here where we could showcase your talent, or probably sing a song for us. But we would have to get your parents' permission.
And see.
So yeah, and hear your work before you come to the air. But that would be good. Well, thank you so much, my dear. But we have to keep on moving the show. So thank you so much, and thank you for calling, and thank you for being a loyal listener. So thank you, Cheryl. Spread the word. Listen to me. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you very much for calling.
All right. So basically, that's it. Thank you so much. And all right. Well, Wayne, talking about that, see how we reach all ages.
You
groups,
do.
A big barrier. So that is something that we have to keep on talking. But in a really, really short space of time, because I have to go to Mimi. Basically, District 9. What are we going to be doing? What's the next events? What are you doing right now? I know that it's a marathon, but what?
It is a marathon. We're getting petitions signed.
Okay,
that's the most right now, and I have Spanish petitions.
Good.
How
So
we can
you
get
can-
it out to you?
All right.
We can get it out to your viewers and get it back in. I need 5,000. Actually, it's about 5,100 right now.
All right. Okay.
So we're on that track. Raising money is obviously,
essential?
as you noticed, I did it strictly bare bones. I went up against $3.2 million that the Democratic Party put, and I had 31,000. So getting 144,000 votes by shaking hands and putting signs up and stuff, but we need a little more than that. We need the independents. We need them to understand that this is about our area. It's not about bringing people into protest about things. That gets nothing done.
No.
Okay? We have to work together. We're all diversified in all, whether we're Puerto Rican, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, we're all in this together. Yep. We all wake up in the morning and look at the skyline here. We're not looking at California. We're not looking at Oregon or Washington or New York. We're looking at right here at Central Florida. This is where we need to focus our attention. This is where we need to help. We need help for our seniors and our veterans. It kind of goes hand in hand, but I talked about this in the latter part of actually most of it, but I don't think a lot of people heard. The fact is, I was looking to change the way seniors are reimbursed, or actually get their raises, not reimbursed. They tie it to fuel. I don't know last time you siphoned gas, but it does not taste very good. Okay, it should be tied to foods and medicine. That's what goes up, and that's what everybody needs. So those are it's progress. Them being the progressive party, to me, it does not sound like they're going for much progress here. All they're doing is demonstrating, burning cars. What does that do? We're in this all together, no matter where you go and what you say. It's how you vote. If you're just going to go up there and vote a D or an R, it's a wasted vote.
Yeah,
you've got to go and you've got to invest. Look at my website, www.wayneforcongress. I talk about the healthcare issue. There's no magic pill that's going to fix that. It has to be adjusted. I call it a moving amoeba. You have to make an adjustment and let it sit.
Right.
Because anything you pass right now is going to affect somebody. But we cannot afford what's in place right now. So, but that's it. Essentially, watching my website, Facebook, Wayne Liebnitzky, Wayne for Congress, they're all kind of tied together. Look at that. I'm all over the county, Jay. As you know, sometimes you see me down over in Polk. I'm up in Orange and Osceola. Yep. Plus, I have a job too. Like
like you said, this is a long distance sprint, and we gotta pace ourselves, because if not, we're gonna run out of wind even before we start anything.
That is correct. Got to pace ourselves.
My dear brother, I'm gonna let you go, but don't go, so we can take our kind of like after and before the party's photos. I know you've come from work, but we need the proof that we were here, so we can put it in social media.
Well, I tell you what, the sunset looks fantastic right now from your new place. I got to tell you. And one more thing, the bullying, it breaks my heart that is still going on. I got to tell you, putting my kids through school, when they went through school, there was bullying back then. We kind of dealt with it. Right. it's still going on. There is no room for that. We need parent involvement.
Yeah.
Every parent needs to know what their kids are doing
It
at
needs
school.
to be taught inside of social media.
That is correct. So
It's
I
a lot
get
of
bullied
avenues.
on social media. Sometimes I get bullied, but
Yeah, it's so true.
I get bullied all the time.
I go home and I cry on my pillow. But no, that's a joke. I'm kidding, obviously. But this is tragic. There's people taking their lives because they're getting bullied.
Yeah.
And I want to tell every listener out there, if that is occurring, I guarantee you there is much better people to be around than the people that are bullying you now.
Always.
So get away from them. Get in front of somebody that'll take care of that bullying situation.
That's
Good,
right.
good.
Definitely. Say something.
Well, my brother, I hope that you will come again.
I love
to
it.
The show.
Yeah, thank you.
now that we
Great
have
sunset, though. I got to tell you.
Oh
It's
yeah, the best in the industry. We have the best sunset in the industry. So who knows? We got nominated probably because of our sunset.
Exactly. Bring some oysters and I'm here, for God's sake.
No problem. Well, brother, we're gonna stick around so we
Yes.
can take our after hours parties and photographs and stuff like that. And Mimi, go ahead with what we got with Bohemia, and then we'll finish with Paloma and Cheryl telling us what's going on, and hopefully Cheryl, we haven't forgotten about you. We'll get to you in a little while. Don't worry. All right. Well, Wayne, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, folks. Thank you. It's been great.
Well, Miss Mimi, how you doing? We've been nominated, hemos sido nominados, hemos estado en todos lados, hasta en Telemundo hablaron de nosotros. They talked about us in the Cinco de Mayo. Where was? Listen to me. I'm sorry, I was working, I couldn't be there. So maybe next year. Don't worry, this is starting. This is starting. But tell us what we're gonna be doing with Bohemia and all this stuff.
Okay, we have June 2nd. Starts at 7:30. Doors open at 7:30. We have Bohemia Dinner Improv Comedy Show.
All right,
By Summer
yes.
Productions, and we
Yay!
have our local actors and performers. We have Paris Queen, Nikita Negretti, Preston Wakefield, Ralph Francis, Edward Tapia, Evelisi Santos.
Yeah,
I hope
Santos,
the name
yes,
is-
Evelise Santos. She sings merengue music. Yes.
Yes.
So we're gonna be dancing merengue. Edward Tapia sings about different like slow ballads, the bohemian type thing. But yeah, keep on going.
Pero
Yes.
Jay, tú sabes que cuando yo canto, los gatos lloran.
No.
¿Puedo
No.
cantar en el show?
Sí, tú puedes cantar y tú vas a cantar. Tú vas a cantar. We're gonna open up with a song.
Pero sabes que los gatos lloran.
No problem, porque
Ese
this
va a
show
ser
is
el
very
nombre del-
important. You know why? Because you're gonna roll laughing. Te vas a llorar de la risa en este
You
show.
will.
Van a llorar de verdad.
Oh, and our very own Paloma Martinez is going to be helping us with the
Yes.
comedy shows and stuff like that.
Yes, she'll be there. Now we just got on board Rick and Chica.
All right, yeah. All right. So
So
she'll be singing hopefully in Bohemia and other summer productions. So
Great.
that's nice
So it's
too.
a blessing. So Bohemia Improv Comedy Dinner Show, Friday, June 2nd. Doors open at 7:30. Show starts at 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Dinner buffet is 13. We have show that's at 15, so they're separate. And it's at Cafe Mineiro.
Mineiro. I have to kind of like give that Brazilian dance. You know,
you gotta-
Mineiro.
Mineiro.
La lambada, ni Mineiro.
Yes. It's 8204 Crystal Clear Lane. 1700 is the building, Orlando, Florida 32809. So we hope
Yeah.
to see you all there.
Yeah, that's close to Florida Mall, so if you don't know, Google Café Mineiro, and you'll see Facebook, how to get there. But it's awesome, and Mimi, it's really good, and the food is awesome. If you think that $13, they got 3 different types of steaks and churrascos.
dinner buffet.
It's a dinner buffet. You could eat as much as you want, laugh as much as you want. We do not recommend to overindulge because then you're gonna have some accidents. But it's a show.
They also do serve
Oh,
drinks.
there's very vegetarian dishes too. There's a lot of salads, tofu. There's some green beans. There's some
I'm
garbanzos.
vegetarian, but I'm gonna be there 5 minutes late, even though I live 5 minutes away.
That is
And
true.
the good thing is they serve alcohol for
Oh,
the
yeah,
adults.
for the adults,
so
yeah.
everyone be
So-
wise, use it
yeah.
wisely.
Yep. So if you're 21 and over, but again, there is a buffet for the kids, but you could go to Café Mineiro, and the day of the show, you could ask what's the buffet. But for the adults, it's $13, and it's a wonderful buffet. And we're gonna have Paloma. You're gonna be there. We just heard one of the artists that is gonna be there. So be there or be square. Ya compré las taquillas. The Eventbrite application, so you could go to Eventbrite and look for Bohemia comedy dinner show, improv comedy dinner show, and it will pop up, and you can buy the tickets right there. It's only $15, and it's the same as the door as in the Eventbrite, because I knew Eventbrite liked to charge a little bit more, so no, I negotiated with Eventbrite, so it's $15 flat. No raising in the fees. So go to Eventbrite and you can buy your tickets and separate your part of history, because with the suggestions, they change. Las sugerencias cambian. So this show is going to be historic because the suggestions are going to be the same from this show to next show. So it's going to be historic because that's it. Once that show's done, it's done. It's unique. It's over. It's unique and it's over. So be part of history. Cheryl, I hope you can be. So separate that date. It's June the 2nd. It's on a Friday. She wrote it down. Yeah.
Wear your hat.
Wear your hat.
Yeah. Oh, she's already a celebrity, so everyone's going to know when she walks in.
Oh, yeah. As soon as she walks, yeah, that's Cheryl Hall.
Wear the hat.
Wear the hat. And Cheryl, again, in the next couple of minutes, tell us what are your expectations for the Hispanic community in the involvement of Trump? I know that there's Puerto Ricans, there's the Cubans, there's the Dominicans, there's a lot of people that are migrating from the north to our area. A lot of people from the island of Puerto Rico migrating to this area and throughout the United States. So basically, just tell me, how does that fit within the scope of Trump and the administration and the RPOF, the Republican Party of Florida? Because we are broadcasting to cyberspace, but we're here in Orlando, Florida. So basically, Cheryl, Lake County, what's going on? What's going on with Latinos? What's going on with Trump? You know, the main question, like I always ask, the propaganda of the left says that the Republicans hate the Latinos. I have a whole bunch of people in the couple of months that I've been doing the show that say the contrary. And I know
that's such propaganda. Yeah. That's such a bunch of baloney. Yeah. I mean, how could they say that when there's so much going on? Even in my community, up in Lake County, we have a lot of Latinos that actually came on board because I did a lot of voter registrations up in Lake County. So that is not true. They need to look at the statistics. They need to see what's going on. All they hear is what's on TV and it's propaganda. Right. That is so not true. I mean, Trump is for all the people, not just certain people. He doesn't look at people as color. That was just propaganda, all because of the mentioning of the wall. And once he said that, now he doesn't like any Latinos, and that's so not true. That has nothing to do with it. He wanted just for people to be legal. That has nothing to do with Latino people. If you're going to say that, then I guess I shouldn't be here either, and I shouldn't love my president either. And that's so not true for Trump or for anyone else up in Lake County. Wherever I travel, and I travel all the way from Lake County to Kissimmee and all the way down to St. Cloud to get his word out. And I run into all people of all nationalities. No one has ever said that to me of any descent. So it bothers me that the propaganda coming from the left talks about that, and they make it so hateful. And he's not a hateful person. I do not see that in him at all. At all. I wouldn't have voted for him if I felt that.
So the main question before we go to pass on with Paloma would be, Puerto Rico has an important decision to make June 11th.
Yes.
Many people want to discredit the June 11th plebiscite, that it's not going to occur, that it's going to get boycotted. As an American citizen, understanding that this is an important crossroads for Puerto Rico, what would you recommend them to say? What would you say? Isn't it time for them to become state?
I haven't looked into that enough to make a comment about that or a decision. I don't want to put that out there until I look into the facts on that.
Okay.
I mean, I did hear it the day you and I talked. I was watching it on TV. I did hear that.
Yeah. So yeah, there is an important decision to be made June 11th, and it's with the people of Puerto Rico. My understanding is that Florida and Puerto Rico, even beyond when Florida became a state in 1845, Puerto Rico and Florida have been intertwined, first by language and culture.
Correct.
And because it was part of Spain. So basically, that's where I'm coming from. You have had, that's where this show is so important. What you just said, oh, I don't know enough information. That's not negative, that's not positive. But the thing of it is that's why this show exists. So you understand that there are American citizens that don't have your same rights, that have your same fears, but they don't want to raise their voice. And we have to stop that fear, because there was another Democratic president that said the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So that is, for me, that is important, because, and I need you here in my show, and I need Wayne, and I need everybody that wants to come from the Republican Party, because we have to dismantle this show. And it's so important that it's being recorded, because we're going to archive it in YouTube, so future generations can see what we've started here. This is the great beginning. This is ground zero of a grassroots movement to educate both sides.
Oh yeah.
You know?
You need to.
Yeah, but Puerto Rico in June 11th, my humble suggestion is to vote for statehood, because we'll have representation in Congress, we'll have our 2 senators, we'll have our congressmen, and we'll be able to get ourselves from the economic entitlement. Did you know that in 1845, when Florida became a state, they were entangled in so much infrastructure, there was corruption, there was debt, not at the extent of 72 billion, but in 1845, they had $10 million in debt, Florida. Can you imagine that? 10 million right now? It's billions.
Yeah, it's beyond that.
So every territory had its troubles. That's why they wanted the equal representation. You know, Cheryl, that they've called me that I'm begging my master, that the United States is our master, and that we're begging. I'm not begging anybody. You're my friend. Wayne is my friend. We come here to educate. Why? Because it's time that America understands that Puerto Rico and America
should have representation up in government. Every nationality should have representation. Yeah. Everybody should, and that's the way it should be. Yeah, and that's what it should. It should be an equal playing field, no matter what. Right. And in some areas it is not. Okay. That's true. And I do feel that this is one of the reasons I voted for Trump, was because I know he's going to make it an equal field for everybody, no matter who you are, no matter where you come from. And that's important, because I haven't voted in over 12 years.
Wow.
In 12 years, because I was not happy. I did not trust the government. I did not trust people. I didn't trust a lot of things. So for me, this is important as an American citizen. For him, when he came down that escalator and made those statements to me, touched me. And that's what I wanted. I wanted that. I wanted that American dream that everybody should have, no matter who you are.
Well, thank you, Cheryl.
No, thank you.
Thank you. I hope that we could have you either calling in or coming visiting me again. That would be cool. But let me go to my other gal here.
Absolutely.
Paloma, ¿cómo estás, corazón?
Hoy como que se nos fue el tiempo bien rápido.
Yeah. When we're having fun, el tiempo se va rápido.
El tiempo se va muy rápido. Fíjate, hoy no iba a hablar sobre la organización, iba a hablar sobre algo muy especial que estuve pensando esta semana, y es sobre la sonrisa interna de las personas.
The internal smiling.
Smile.
Yeah.
Esta semana estuve hablando mucho con mi esposo sobre la caridad. Cómo nosotros damos la caridad.
How we give charity. That's interesting.
Muchas personas dan la caridad con una sonrisa en el alma.
Yeah, some people give charity by smiling. That's true.
Le gustan ayudar.
They like to help.
Están haciendo todo lo posible por ayudar al hermano.
Yeah.
Pero hay un tiempo en que la sonrisa interna se apaga.
That's true.
There's
a time in our lives where that internal smile kind of dims and it brightens. But, so, ¿cómo tú te quedas con esa sonrisa?
Pero fíjate, ahora que estuve hoy en el show, estuve también analizando todas las conversaciones que tuvimos sobre bullying.
And about bullying.
I was analyzing everything that was happening. I was talking about the inside smile that you have to have when you help someone. I'm the community side of the show. I run an organization that is a support system for the community, and we recruit angels to help others. Now, everybody has an internal smile every time they go out there and help the community. The same with politicians. They start with that innocent smile, and they want to go out there and they want to do the right thing, but somewhere along the way, that smile diminishes. That smile stops, and it's a fake smile.
I agree.
I was thinking, hey, we should stop. We should stop, walk away, recruit our energy, our faith, get strong again, and come back out with the true smile in our hearts. Not only to work with the people as a politician, as a religious person, as anybody, you have to have that in store. But with the bullying situation, hey, I know we gotta go, but that's exactly what you have to do. You gotta get out of that situation. You are free. You can get out, move away, and start getting around people that are positive. You don't have to deal with those situations. Miss Cheryl here stood up for herself, but we don't have to pick a fight for everything.
That's true.
You can just say, I love you. If you call me ugly, I'll call you pretty. If you call me fat, oh, you look good, my love. I wish you the best. I give you all my blessings, and just walk away. I love you all. I hope to see you next week, and listen to me.
Yeah! Well, Mimi, let's say your goodbyes because we gotta go. We gotta go.
First, to everybody again, thank you so much for listening to us, giving us your time of day. We appreciate you all. Hope to see you guys at the Bohemia Improv Comedy Dinner Show. Thank you again, Selena Vargas, for showing your, for spreading your message and sharing your song. We appreciate you. And everybody, good night. Buenas noches. I love you guys. God bless.
Well, my guys and girls, cyberspace, listen to me. Nos vemos. Gracias, Miguel Montes. Ciao. Bye.
Ciao. Adios.
He is too funny.
Yeah. Hey, Cole. Let's get it. I stepped over my fit and I'm shooting the ball and I'm scoring.